Hi, this is Vamsi Gali. I am back with another reflection. My husband and I have been investing in real estate for a little bit more than 15 plus years. So we have a rental portfolio, mostly primarily rental houses. When we started this whole journey, we were excited about how this will give us an opportunity to cash flow and also have assets that will appreciate over the time, just like anybody else out there would invest in real estate. And then over the time, as we are acquiring more and more properties and we now have a good size of rental portfolio, I am now able to reflect into the whole journey and then see like I'm having a bird's eye view that I am here to share with you today. I think we are now at a point where we feel that we probably tried to achieve everything with the one bucket, which is where everything is right now. Most of it is that we have most of our properties, rental properties in state of Texas, where the property taxes are too high, and now our insurances are also too high. Most of our rental portfolio is under 3.5% of the interest rate. Even with that, we barely cash flow. I know it's hard to believe because we have properties outside of Texas and we had experience with them. They cash flow really great because the property taxes and the insurances are not as crazy as here. When we did a simple underwriting before acquiring the rental property, we always would cash flow. But over the ownership of nearly 8 to 10 years of ownership of these properties, we are being caught up with property taxes and the insurance payments because they're constantly on the rise for us, which is directly affecting our cash flow. So our cash flow every year, instead of going up, going down. So this made me reflect into one important investment decision. If I were to go back 15 years ago, this is how I would design our portfolio into 3 different buckets. One is where we will get an incredible cash flow, but the appreciation is decent. That is, I think, where the properties we have outside of Texas, our cash flow is great, but the appreciation is decent. Not bad, they're not staying stagnated, they're decent. The second bucket is going to be a bucket where I would be focusing on extreme growth, that means more appreciation, almost like minimum to no cash flow. And then the third bucket, this is an interesting bucket, is going to be a legacy building bucket. That is mainly land. My husband has been so deep into land, but I always pulled him back because the moment we would go for a mortgage with the land, that is going to disrupt completely our debt to income ratio, which is important to get more new mortgages because that's what we've been doing. Like we've been buying a house, renting it out, then our debt to income ratio is back to normal because we don't have disproportional debt over the income the properties make, the property is getting, which is in the monthly rents. So as soon as I landed into land, it felt like it is an unnecessary waste of my time, which is going to disrupt our debt to income ratio cycle, which is also going to severely affect on our ability to borrow for the new properties. But then I missed one important thing. That is why I call this bucket as a legacy bucket. If we had took that step forward, or at least let it process through, we would no longer need to buy more and more rental properties in bucket 2, which is what we are going for, great appreciation with the minimum to no cash flow. This bucket is better than, the legacy bucket is way better than the second bucket because second bucket comes with a lot of maintenance because we are counting on the appreciation. During that, we have to go through the tenants. Even though we have property managers for every single property, there is still a lot of cycling through that we go through. If there is a repair, that we're the ones paying for it. It's not the property manager, neither the tenant, right? There's always that maintenance mode we will be in. So that is what made me realize we cannot just achieve what we wanted to achieve with just one location, tied to one location, or stuck to one type of asset class. with these three different type of buckets, we would have now enjoyed not just the appreciation, but really great amount of cash flow. So this is what I would tell going back, and this is how I would teach my kid who is going to invest, when she has the opportunity. And I hope this somehow helps you with your own real estate investment journey, because this is mainly for real estate. Because there's not a lot of opportunities for us to, look into somebody else's experiences and then look them as a reference. I hope I am this reference for you in your own journey. Thank you, and I'll see you in next video.